Hello all you bookworms out there, and welcome to another video. Today is a exciting video because it is my first book haul since starting my new channel. Actually, it is my first book haul in a while, period. I don't think I have bought new books in a long time. Other than the books that of course come to me in my book subscription boxes, I don't think I've actually bought any new books for myself in quite some time. So a large portion of these books I actually ordered from Book Outlet. And by the way, I have absolutely no idea how I've never discovered that website before. I got like 11 books for under 40 bucks and I am super happy. I also of course ordered some books from Amazon.com because I just love Amazon.com. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start with my order from Book Outlet. So because I have been in my reading slump for so long, I am super behind on so many different fandoms. So I more or less ordered the first book for several different series. Now, I am one of those people where if I don't get into the first book and I'm just not caring about the characters, I usually will not continue with the series unless I get concrete information from other bookworms and other book readers that the second book is way better than the first. And I'll go into that in a second. Okay, so the first book that I ordered was the first book in the Illuminate trilogy, which is also called the Illuminate Files. Now, I don't know much about this series except for the fact that apparently it's some big corporate espionage slash battle between different companies, and there's an attack and then a disaster, and then some kind of AI on board the ship goes completely nutsy and starts hurting people. So other than that, I really don't know anything. I have started reading this. I think I'm only on page like 45 or something. Actually, I have my bookmarks so I can check. I'm actually on page 50. So basically nothing. But I am really excited to learn more about this book. I have heard it recommended by several different booktubers and it seems really good. It is a little bit odd as it's almost complete. It is completely told in memos, interviews, medical reports, conversations. So I don't think it's going to take me very long to get through this once I actually get into it. This next book I actually got from the library. It was on like their $1 shelf, and it is The Sorcerer's Companion, A Guide to the Magical World of Harry Potter by Alan Zola Krosnick and Elizabeth Krosnick. So I'm actually surprised that I don't already own this. And I totally forgot to say that this is written by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Okay, so the next book I bought is called Magana, and this is by Maria Devana Headley, Headley. So I don't know really anything about this book except for the fact that it's about a girl who suffers from several different lung conditions where she has difficulty breathing until she somehow disappears from Earth and goes somewhere else where she no longer has that breathing problem. And it's kind of like, why was it so difficult for you to breathe on Earth but not this new place where you've been? That's pretty much all I know about it. So this next one is called The Love That Split the World by Emily Henry, and I actually got this in hardback. Again, I don't know much about this book other than it's about a girl who has to save a boy, and she's kind of not really traveling through time, but she's sort of seeing things differently than most people. Like things start to look different to her, like the door of her house is painted a color one day and then the next day it's painted a completely different color. So I am curious to find out exactly what all of that means. A few of these books I did buy blind, mainly because I had seen that they were in past Owl Crate boxes that I did not end up getting. This is another Owl Crate book that I missed, and it is called Heart of Iron by Ashley Poston. So I know that this is supposed to sort of be a sci-fi futuristic retelling of Anastasia. So a girl is basically an outcast. She's an orphan. The only thing she had with her when she was found is D09, who is an illegal metal. And when he starts glitching, Anna has to go on a journey to fix him. So this book is called Long May She Reign, and it is by Rhiannon Thomas. So again, this is a book I don't know very much about. I do occasionally like to read books sort of blind without really having any expectations of how it's going to end. I do know that this is about a girl who was, I think, 23rd. Yes, 23rd in line for the throne. So she never expected that she would actually one day rule. However, when an extravagant banquet turned deadly and the king and those closest to him are poisoned, Freya, that's the character's name, suddenly finds herself on the throne. So basically, the king and all of the other 21 heirs to the throne are poisoned, and even though she is 23rd in line and never thought it would happen to her, she's next up. So basically sounds just sort of like a royal story, and I'll find out, I guess, if it's anything more than that. And this is the book that picks up right after the ending of Flawed, or maybe, I think maybe a couple of weeks after, and what happens to her after that. So the next one is the first book in the Grishaverse trilogy, and this is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I've heard so many things about this series, some good, some bad. Some people don't really make it past the first book, which is why I only ordered the first book. So I really don't have much, I don't know much about the story. And this is called The Last Noblesse, and this is by Kristen Ciccarelli. Okay, I think Ciccarelli. And this is the book one of the Iskari series. So the only thing I know about this book is that it follows the main character of Asha, who is a dragon slayer, and she's pretty much feared around her kingdom. So is her father. She kills dragons for her father, but all she really wants to do is be free of all of this. So she makes a deal that if she kills the most ferocious of dragons and brings the king its head, that she will be free from her servitude or her service to the kingdom. The next book I bought was The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh, and this I know is a duology, and it is sort of a retelling of the story of Scheherazade, where a king has gone completely mad. He takes a wife every day, kills her the next morning, until Scheherazade, which in this book is, she's called Sharzad. Yeah, way to change the name there, honey. Anyway, so she volunteers to be the new king's wife. I believe she intends to kill him. Yes, I believe she intends to kill him. So she starts telling him stories. It's just like the story of Arabian Nights, until she starts to discover that the king is not as he seems. The next book is also one that I've seen hyped on BookTube quite a bit, and it is Scythe by Neil Shusterman. It is set in the future where mankind has cured everything, even death. So scythes are the only ones that are allowed to kill. And it follows two characters, Citra and Rowan, who are chosen to be apprentices for the scythes, and it is all about their journey. And other than that, I have no idea what this book is about. Although I really, really like the cover. It's really cool. I need to get that 20% off Target sticker off there, but other than that, I love this. I love that cover. The next book is one I'm sure many people will be surprised to learn I've never read. Caraval. And this is by Stephanie Garber. I do know this is the first book in the Caraval trilogy, which just recently ended. It follows two sisters, Scarlet and Tella, as they visit the mystical Caraval and meet with Master Legend, who is the master of Caraval. I know this has something to do with a game, and that if you win it, you win a wish. But other than that, I'm completely in the dark. I've pretty much stayed away from spoilers. I have no idea how I've managed to do it for that long, but I am really actually excited to read this. So I actually thought that when I ordered it that I had ordered the paperback, but it turns out I bought the hardback. So I'm not mad about that. I had forgotten that that's what I bought. So that was everything in my book outlet order, and I only ordered 4 additional books from Amazon, mainly because I couldn't find them on book outlet. So the first one I got was The Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. This is the second book in the Infernal Devices trilogy. I already own Clockwork Angel, which I read a long time ago, and I'm going to have to reread before I started on this one. I know that this is sort of a prequel to the Mortal Instruments books because this is set in Victorian England rather than, of course, present-day New York. I kind of got out of the Cassandra Clare fandom for a long time. I read the first 3 books in the Mortal Instruments, and then halfway through book 4, I was just like, I hate this book. And I never went back to read books 5 or 6. But apparently this series is really great. And I did remember liking The Clockwork Angel. It's just I haven't read it in forever. So this is the continuation of that series. And I'm really looking forward to reading this. This is going to be on my TBR for the N.E.W.T.S, which I will be having a video uploaded about that one soon. So then, of course, the next book I got was Clockwork Princess. And then I just love the spines on these. Of course, I also have the first one somewhere, so that completes the little image that's on the spines. And I just got these in paperback. The next book is sort of the main reason why I picked up Shadow and Bone, because I have heard mixed reviews on that series. However, everyone seems to like the other book written by Leigh Bardugo that is sort of in the same universe, Six of Crows. I have never read this, but since I am now subscribed to Fairy Loot and I have also ordered all of the Six of Crows tarot cards, I feel like I actually need to know who these people are. So the only thing I know is that this kind of has almost an Ocean's 11 type feel. Please don't hate me if that's completely insulting or wrong, but it is about a thief named Kaz who needs to put together a team of people to pull off an impossible heist. I know that there's some love stories. I know that there are, besides Kaz, of course, 5 other incredibly great characters. I am really looking forward to reading this. And the last book, I know this video is going to be super long, but it's a haul, so what I'm going to do is A Court of Mist and Fury. Now, this is sort of what I was talking about when I said normally I do not continue with a series if I did not like the first book, unless I hear a lot of good things about the second. Now, I did just recently read ACOTAR, or A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I was kind of on the fence about it. There was a lot of things that I liked, but there was also a lot of things where I was just like, I don't like this. Why is this happening? What the hell is going on? What are these people? Why is Reese such a jackass? And then I started seeing on multiple booktube videos, especially with Dash of Ash and Brittany the Bibliophile, that this book is fantastic. And yeah, that was everything in my haul. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to give it a big thumbs up in the comment section down below. Also feel free to subscribe if you want to check out some more of my magical and book related content. I upload every Tuesday and Thursday. Let us pray. And I really enjoyed this video. I look forward to making my next one, and bye.